Okay,
28, you were correct, baby.
yeah, I am correct about what?
The 28,
It's a 30th,
Right about something.
the 28th is a single member panel thing.
on the 30th,
What about the,
which is, I'm
Switching
sorry,
things?
28th.
About this,
Wednesday.
yeah, but he has to plug it in right there, right?
It's
There's no consistent.
Oh, yes, I do, yes, this, yeah.
So just
Do they have evidence
So you have
tomorrow?
one, right?
Tuesday, the 28th.
What?
is Wednesday.
I have 10 o'clock, docket.
Recommendation.
Hold on, there might be one back here, hold on a second. Okay, I have the 1:30 docket, yes.
Probably end up having to have another one. Get out the following August. Just keep up the grade, so- and we had, it'll be all day on the 28th. I don't care, I could do all day or maybe half. Or
Oh, no.
fine with me to bring it. Is
No.
that okay?
Me out.
Okay.
So what, okay, we're talking about next week. The 27th, we show up.
Yes.
The 28th, we don't. The 29th, we do.
Yes.
And the 30th, we come in at 8.
That's a weird first.
29th, we come in.
Wednesday.
On Wednesday. Thursday, we come in at 8:30.
Friday, we come in at 8:30.
She said, was it 9 on?
Yeah. That's what mine shows, is 9.
9,
Yes.
yeah, that's mine showed.
We'll get a reading too on how many cases we do on Friday. They're minerals. I think it's minerals. Oh,
DNA, yeah. Mainly all like minerals.
yeah, and I don't know how many are gonna be.
27.
You guys
8.
try and settle on them.
They do. And they usually have 2 days. So they're kind of split between the 2 days.
And the 30th, we come in.
That's the way it
Which is
is.
Thursday.
Yeah.
That's the
And
way
Friday
it
at
is.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then
Saturday we have off.
Saturday's the art, is the art fest.
Oh.
I have to show up at 9. Yeah, but I'm in the air conditioning, selling koozies by the baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course. One koozie, one beer.
Same person?
No.
Okay. Let's get rolling. Okay, we're gonna do case ID 2022-130. This page 130. You said the bottom.
Yeah.
What's the case number?
130, 51615.
On the page 3. Wrong packet. Yeah, those are the.
The one that's clipped is the affidavit.
Okay.
Leave the clip on those and we can tell the difference.
You know, we're pretty educated, but we don't have.
Now,
The email was already messing with me.
It's like to stir up trouble, that's it.
after they go home, they're gonna move it this way.
That's enough to throw me.
I know.
Yeah. Mom and think it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I think we're ready.
Like later on.
You can call.
Let me know.
Is this a phone?
Yes, this is the phone.
Or
is-
our failures today. 4 days off did not do well.
Inspector,
Property.
yes, ma'am.
Subject. Hey, we're gonna say what's
Oh, you know what?
what? So,
Yeah, my
With this?
power was out.
Yeah, there was something.
Was it out here?
Think so. I think Jackie said that she ran into that issue and then Spectrum had an outage too.
Yeah, so our telephone's hosed up right now. She's working it.
and, actually go to this information. real quick. Check
Okay,
if there's
she's
issues.
still trying to check us.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
maybe
Yeah.
MLS.
Jackie's.
The second one.
Payment or something.
Oh,
Oh, no,
you're
you're
good.
good. Yeah, y'all are good.
They're not good.
Good.
The phone isn't working.
Oh.
Amen.
What? Is that guy, I mean, did you start business again?
yeah,
Oh.
no,
Without them.
without dialing,
And it's because the power. We haven't.
we think.
Yeah, we have internet.
Not his house is-
So there's someone in the waiting room.
It's funny that.
I never see that.
What's this, 2 acres?
It's so
Huh?
hard. 2 acres. I put what I made.
Since the house is 3,400 square feet, and so, but, oh, that's,
It would more.
Way too much.
I put the recipe in
Kind of
there. And I
like,
did a cursor. That's not a lot.
I had quiche.
Not a lot. And I did. And I put my French in there like I did with my bake.
She didn't eat it?
It's 200 grams. I put it in 6
Ah.
grams.
This is a,
Jake.
well,
and it's like,
Well, I 64 for my exercise.
Oh, got you. So it's exhausting.
Yeah, so I need to add water. Oh, check it out.
it doesn't look that big in the picture from the front. No.
But,
This is not gonna work.
okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
well, that was fun.
They're gonna bring them in.
Yeah, my power went out at the house. at
that might
lunch.
be fried.
I don't know, if anyone, oh, I don't live around here, do y'all?
Well, I was in Copenhagen.
That's where I live.
It didn't go out here.
It was out.
I was
It was here. Oh, that.
at the daily grind and it didn't go out.
No.
I could go home and have my own telephone.
Brought me. You need two when I get out the truck.
And there's no grease, that's the biggie.
Probably 103 now.
Feels like 103. Yeah.
Make a new friend. All right. What you gonna do myself? What's the phone number?
936 635 169.
695.
Oh, this is Ron. This is the February review board calling for your protest hearing.
Okay, good. I sure hope you'll have a great one.
We'll get started here in just a second.
Ron, I have to go through some administrative stuff, so if you just bear with me for a minute. I want to read through a bunch of things. We are commencing a hearing on case ID 2022-130. Account number 51615. And let us know if you have trouble hearing us, okay? Okay, great.
Yeah.
This is 309 Bayview Drive, City by the Sea. This hearing is being recorded and streamed live on YouTube. And we'll verify exactly what's under protest. Market value and equity, okay? So we are the appraisal review board that will be hearing your protest today. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience, and the survey may be completed using the form that is included in the determination package you will receive in the mail after this hearing. Or you can also take it online. And information about completing and returning the survey is included on the form you'll get in that determination package. The survey is voluntary. However, we always appreciate any feedback that you would wish to offer. You also have the right to appeal our decision, and appeal information is included in the package that will be mailed to you to document our determination. In accordance with tax code section 41.45H, all written material and evidence that has not been provided must be provided at this time. So this is important. Do we have, I see we have all of your evidence. Yeah, quite a bit of information. That's great. Okay, the ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Scott Wagner, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with a person in violation of tax code 41.66F.
I, Joanne Ferguson, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code 41.66F.
Ronald Pm, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66.
I, Peggy Bird, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath, and I'm assuming, Ron, that since we do have a signed and notarized copy of your affidavit, that you realize you are under oath.
I do.
Okay, great.
I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear affirm the testimony I shall present to the appraisal review board to the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Okay, Ron, I need to ask, do you hold a license or certificate from the Texas Appraiser Licensing and Certification Board? Okay, that's fine. In the package, information you received from the appraisal district, there should be a page that's labeled hearing procedure times. Do you have that available?
I do.
Okay, great. Because that shows how we're going to run the hearing today. I can go in two different forms. One is if you would like to present first, or if you would like the district to present first, and you get to make the choice.
I guess I'll go first.
Okay, Ron, you have, for a moment, you have 5 minutes now, and then you'll have some more time to end on. You can go ahead and proceed.
Well, first of all, property.
And, they still have tile, countertop, original cabinets, one bathroom. Property, no question about it. But I like something, like percent increase since your original appraisal would be more than line. It was super house. For what I when you look at it.
Okay, you still have another minute if you have some more information.
No, you didn't have any pictures of, you had a picture of the room, and you had a picture of that dated, bathroom. You had no pictures of any of the things that aren't updated. With over time, we plan on trying to update. I think applying the same square footage value as the one night house on the water, we have two houses, that's a whole different market. I guess I put your balance to buy that, and when I'm ready to get time.
Okay, your time is up for the moment, so the district now has 7 minutes, but you'll have some more minutes shortly. Okay,
Okay, so this is 51615. Familiar with it, described it. I will just very quickly point out our sales grid indicates a median of 1.235 and the a million, and the equity grid indicates 1.138 million. And then there are some pictures there from, I think that's from a listing, I think, and they're included to give you a sense of what the property is like. That's what it's for. And then there's a sales ratio report showing that we're about 3% more in this area. That being said, the property owner has included a fee appraisal from dated January 1st, 2022. This is linked appraisal services, and there's nothing wrong with their appraisal work. You know, licensed fee appraisers. The evidentiary standard for the district in this case has actually been elevated because they have a fee appraisal. So normally the question is simply what's more likely than not, right? The ours is too high or as opposed to it not being too high. But when somebody gets a fee appraisal done, our evidentiary standard is actually increased from what is it? From substantive evidence to like a preponderance evidence, right? It has to be, we have to have a lot more data than we're going to be able to provide in showing you like a comp grid. That's a fancy way of saying it. 875 is more likely accurate than whatever number we put on it because it's a fee appraisal of just this property. This was looked at with, a microscope, and they're looking at this property, and it was even like an old appraisal. Our date of appraisal, so
Their appraisal,
875. Yeah. And so
and that was done in
January, recently, the date of appraisal, January 1st, 2022,
Mhm.
it's 875. I literally cannot present it, I have nothing to present. I would have to produce like a fee appraisal or an area appraisal. I don't have one, I'm not gonna have. It's fine. They didn't.
They were saying you're okay with this.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if I'm okay with it. Even if somebody comes in here with a bad fee appraisal, which has happened, somebody has come in here and tried with the appraisal that they got when they went to refinance their house. And it was really bad. It was super low. And it was like, yeah, this isn't good work. But it's still more likely because the guy's a licensed fee appraiser and, you know, just believe it. Yeah, it's fine.
874. Yeah.
Did you, understand what Amy just said, that he was willing to accept your, appraisal of $875,000?
Well, obviously we hire appraisers, you have no control, what happens, no good. Yeah, I would still say that property values haven't gone up, because what my appraiser said, or you had them appraised before, and or it sold a few years ago for 600,000. That is, with no improvement, no update. That is a increase, over, you all realize.
Other information you want to present, you just want time.
The West Pole Warren, which was in line with your appraisal 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, correct me if I'm wrong. The Pole Board, basically what you had appraised for, there's no explanation, for the kind of increase that we're even at the 875, based on current market conditions, which are good. If I just have, the mean, increases over that sale and what you had to pay for it. So we're either saying, they stole it all the way off, or saying we're trying to get, more money than, should be allotted in that short time period. That's really all I have to say.
I have a question, did this property not sell for $1,235,000 and 1121?
No.
It did not.
Did not. Okay.
They were asking 1.3, it did not sell that much. I don't know where that.
It sold for one.
Okay. And you purchased the home then?
Yeah.
At that time? Okay. You were willing to say what you paid for it?
Rather not.
Okay, you don't have.
It's in the fee appraisal.
You don't have to.
It's in the fee appraisal. 1 million.
Hold on a second, please.
Yeah, it's in the food.
Yeah, it's in the fee appraisal. I have to agree with the appraisal that he submitted to us in the value of 875.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Mhm.
There's 30 pages, let's see.
Ron, we're just,
One.
since either of you have anything to add in terms of the district or you were there, it is reviewing the information. Can you go along while we do that?
Tom,
And that property is the common.
Yeah.
And
Did you pay $1 million for it?
it's in the fee appraisal report, unless that's not accurate. Based on that, and you have to recognize as well, and I know it's sometimes a bitter pill to swallow, that the tax code requires that appraisals be done at market value. So when there is a sale that is in the area or the subject, that influences the appraisal.
No. Unfortunately, that's what you paid for the property, therefore the market value of that property is what you paid for it.
No, the appraisal might go down, but and certainly if you sold it for 800 and whoever you sold it to got a $1 million appraisal, they could come in with that sale and say, this is what I paid for it, and their appraisal would be lower in that case because it was a recent sale.
just bottom line, like that's the appraisal, $600,000, but it's still not effective.
If you brought in a fee appraisal for 600,000 on this property, it would be, the district's position, it should be 600,000.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, that's not the case at the moment. The appraisal we have in front of us is for $875,000. I didn't get anything else on that. Ron, anything else you want to add?
One piece of property, so we're going on.
We have comps that have been sent to you, and they're mostly all in excess of $1 million, $1,225,000 sales, and $1 million something else for equity. So anyway, your time is up at the moment, and so it's time for the appraisal review board to review the information. Hang on. You'll get our resolve here. You can look into it. We have 5 minutes to deliberate about it, so hold on.
Yeah, it's 75.
Okay, on case ID 22-130, account 51615. Listening to information from the property owner and the district. The property owner has presented an appraisal on the property for $875,000, which is significantly less than the noted value on the property by the district. However, the appraisal review board will accept your appraisal at $875,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, Ron, that's the value, 875. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks, Damon.
All right, next one is going to be an in-person. We have case 1342, count number 62330.
Page 5, top of the page. Just page 5, top of the page.
Hi there.
Well,
We'll talk slowly so you don't have to go back out and eat. Stuff together here. Okay, you're Brian? Mindy?
No, that's been paying last year.
Okay.
It's been gone about 4 years.
Oh, sorry.
No, no, I'm not.
it wasn't.
It was a different. Okay.
You're on it.
Sorry.
All right, no worries. So we're commencing a hearing on case ID.
Oh, really quick, so you're both divorced?
Mhm.
So she still own part of the property?
No.
Okay, so
I
that,
brought it in, the decree and everything. Twice now.
yeah, you might want to do that again, because that's actually a pretty important.
I brought it in twice.
Well, third time the charm, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't-
So
And
I
last
put that
year, our meeting that we had,
Uh-huh.
somewhere, I was doing something last year. It was gonna get taken care of, but
Okay, maybe there's something I don't know about it, but yeah, that's definitely important. All right, carry on.
Yeah, in particular, to the homestead. Right?
Well, because we're the office of record, so this is kind of a glaring problem. It looks like she's the owner of an undivided half of the
Right.
property, and she's not, and so it needs to be changed.
And we can see.
Even if she's still on the mortgage, it wouldn't matter. She's not having
no,
one,
no,
so. Cool.
Okay, so we're commencing a hearing on case ID 2022-1342, account number 62330, which is 2301 North Star Road in Rockport.
Long time.
Lone Star Road. Thank you. Let's,
The protest is, market and equity.
okay, Q1, Q2. Maybe it's on there, okay. This hearing is being recorded and streamed live on YouTube. So we are the appraisal review board that will be hearing your protest today. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your evidence. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. The survey may be completed using survey form that just happens to be there in front of you. Or the form that's included in the determination package you'll receive in the mail, or you can actually take it online. Information about how to complete it and return it are all at the top of that form. The survey itself is voluntary. We always appreciate it. Feedback you may have to offer. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information is included in the package that will be mailed to you to document the determination. In accordance with tax code, section 41.45H, all written material and evidence that has not been provided must be provided at this time. And I do see that we have a good bit of evidence. Okay, great. We have all the evidence that you're going to be referencing today. Okay, great. The ARB members who are considering this protest have not communicated with anybody about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Scott Wagner, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with a person in violation of tax code 41.67.
I, Joanne Ferguson, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code 41.66F.
I, Ron Candace, solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
I, Peggy Bird, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath if you ask to swear in at the time, and Beth will help you do
I'm
that.
just gonna read that statement out loud.
Listen here.
I do.
I do solemnly swear in affirm the testimony that I shall present to the appraisal review board for the Ramsey County appraisal district true and correct.
State your name.
Brian Brad.
Yeah.
And I am a do solemnly swear or affirm that testimony I shall present to the appraisal review board to Ramsey County appraisal district is true and complete.
Okay, Brian, I need to ask whether you hold a license or certificate from the Texas Appraisal Licensing and Certification Board.
Do I?
Yeah, do you? No, okay, that's fine, we just need to make sure you do. Oh,
Maybe after next year.
no. It complicates things, if that's the case. Under your material is a chart
Mhm.
there on the table, underneath all your material. To your right. Okay, you go to the right. So, okay. That is the hearing procedure times and shows how we're gonna run the hearing today.
Okay.
It takes two forms. One is if you decide you would like to present first, or if you would like the district to present first. You both have equal amounts of time to present, regardless of which way you choose. So you get to choose which you would like to have happen. Either you go first or the district.
I'd go first, or I can make it quick, because I know what he's.
That's fine with, you know, perfectly
Whatever
fine.
makes it easier for y'all.
Your choice.
Your choice.
Well, there, first off on our thing, there's been no addition.
Wait a second, you're going first? That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. You have 5 minutes for now, and then you'll have additional time.
There has been no additions to the house, no added, no anything. And he's showing a loft for us now, because he saw it in pictures of a realtor. That says it could be a loft at one time. It's an attic. And that's all it is. And it's the core by that, it's no storage, no, it's a bigger. And that's a big one that has no closets and nothing. That's our pool. Last time he said we had a resort style pool, we don't. There's no waterfall, no nothing. That's the storage upstairs. That's the attic. It's just, we put floors and a stair going up to it, so we didn't have to pull down the little ladder in the roof. So that's what we did. It's been there since the day it's been built. So there was no additions. It's not a central air. His comps are all brick houses, and it's not. It's T111 siding. It's not even finished out from all the stuff from the hurricane. This is just shows you the siding and how it's up on the ground. The city still, to this day, and came in and did all the drainage ditches. They didn't replace the culverts. So the culverts are sitting a foot higher than what the drainage ditches are. So it still floods everywhere. The pool's flooded. They'll show you the interior of the house. It's nothing fancy. Basic floor. That's one of the bathrooms. That's one of the bedrooms. Neither one has a closet. But when I talked to the city, they said you have to have closets and heat and AC to be a loft. We don't have that. But he upped this because he saw pictures. He's trying to use a realtor put it up for 1 month. That's the flooding. That's the main Lone Star Road. And this is gravel road. We have no city sewer, no water. No utilities whatsoever, you know, your electric. What else can I do? So what pictures we got there? There's a resort style pool. That's what I pulled up. He was trying to say we had that last year. We don't. I guess, you know, the realtor, he can write it whatever he wants. Say it can be a loft, but you know, like an appraiser can write it and say he wants it to be that much too. So
Is the house currently for sale?
no, it was only on market for 1 month. And he's got currently this is like this is 1 month on it. Very social put it on there. With about 10 of the neighbors to see if this got thrown in there. It did.
I'm sorry.
He wanted to see if the appraisal district would use it. He's got it in his evidence that it's for sale.
So it's not actually for sale, the realtor didn't have.
He did it for 1 month. And he quit that company, so we had to right back
I didn't understand that. Had it for sale?
for 1 month.
Okay, and then you took over.
He was trying to tell us to do it. He told about 10 neighbors to do this.
Try to sell it,
Mhm.
and it didn't sell, so you took off the one.
Mhm. But he was trying to prove, what he was trying to prove was the amount of rate on the way the taxes are going up. Nothing can sell for that.
What was it for sale?
799. And he did a figure on the rate that it keeps going up. It's not gonna sell it that for the last 5 years. It went up to that. It's not gonna sell.
Your property was for sale for 799.
Listed for more.
Yeah, 1 month.
Okay, you still have a minute or so. What's going ahead?
The comps that we got in there, there's a tons of, I don't know where you can find those on here. He has all these comps, they're all brick houses, they're in Harbor Oaks, they're in all the fancy subdivisions. We pulled up the comps in Olympic Drive, in the golf course, houses have went down. How could my property and my house go up when I'm getting flooded with no utilities on a gravel road that's washed out? And Harbor Oaks goes down, they don't get flooded. Anything. We want to know how that can even happen. And Yacht Club property went down. Country Club property went down. My dirt road went up.
Hey, well, your time is up for the moment.
Okay.
The district has 7 minutes. Anyone?
All right, I'll present our evidence. I guess I have to say something. We can't just make stuff up. Like, there was so much that you said in there, completely wrong and not true. The property is 62330. This is a single family residential property. It's on Lone Star Road. See, last year,
Where Lone Star Road is.
Fulton Watts, north of Fulton. So you can see here. Sure. Yeah, we'll get them back. So Fulton's gonna be south of it.
There's Spanish wood.
Yeah, but they don't connect, so it's gonna be. There's 35. I think that's.
I think the Dollar General's right here or something.
Right there. This is where. Oh, what do you think? No anymore.
I'm still confused.
The airport's north of it.
Right here.
So that comes off of 35.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah. So we gotta go back in there and.
It's in Fulton. Okay.
Yeah, Lone Star Road doesn't come through because it's blocked by,
You got annexed. And
okay, so last year this thing was certified at 211,350. This year it was noticed at 278,240. It's homesteaded, so its assessed value is 224,449. It's getting a cash loss of $53,000. It does say it's listed for 4 times what we have on it, which was baffling to everybody who saw it here. But let's see, the only change on this was there was a loft added because it was in the listing saying that there was a loft. But the land value change happened to own Lone Star Road. So sales grade is going to be other properties for sale there in the area on Prairie Road, Lone Star Road, Wishart, and Mesquite. The median indicated value for the subject when adjusted to the sales is 326,647. So that's over our notice value. And the equity grid is other properties out there on Prairie, Mesquite, and Lone Star. And the median indicated equity value is 311,646. Sales ratio report for this area shows we are about 1.5% on stuff out there. So yeah, the land table changed on Lone Star Road this year.
Where did you get the evidence from, our brothers? Okay,
off y'all's.
it's not what we sent you.
No, he has Scott, yes.
That's from the president?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
They didn't send them, I didn't.
Send what?
He said he had information on the country club and.
Oh, we know that part. We.
Oh, you have that.
Yeah, there's a problem. Those comparisons.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, we're wondering why they could go down and they got not paved roads.
Totally different. Terrible areas.
The comparable is like, that's a great house. I have T111 side, I don't even argue.
But there's an adjustment.
Yeah,
There's the adjustments in there to account for that. Did you understand how they added and subtracted information from to make them like properties?
But since we have had nothing but decrease in property value out there from the flooding, because when they did the ditches, it's even worse now.
That's a
I don't think-
entirety or was it?
No, man, it's just this year and last year. They just did the ditches, I think they finished them right before Christmas. So when I called Ryan City, he said they blew the budget, so they can't come in and move forward. Said it'll be another year or two before they fix it right.
Oh,
I mean, we don't have time. So.
yeah, I was just gonna point out, if your property is not actively for sale right now, you should do something about it, because it's still.
I called Terry and he quit that company. He's called him like 5 times and I called him like 10 times and we don't know what to do about it. The guy told him to take it off. I signed paper. It's still on.
Yeah,
Hmm.
And I even went to his office. He's never there. So.
And you still have 2 minutes if you want.
nope,
All right, Ryan, you have 4 minutes if you want to talk about anything else or a question, Amy.
I just think the property should be at least at the same value or less compared to that. And there's been no improvements. There is no law. It's the same as it was the day I built it, what, 6 years ago or whatever it was. Just because a realtor writes up something doesn't mean it's been changed. It's still the same in the plans when we built the house. So nothing's been added, nothing changed, nothing remodeled. So I think it should stay the same or go down.
Explain improvements, it's fine. I think he's on that.
good. Well. Yeah, an unfortunate choice of terms by the state is the word improvements. And improvements is not, at least as it relates to appraisals, reflect or deal with what changed. In other words, what got added, updated, removed, whatever. An improvement is anything that exists on a piece of land. So all the buildings and structures and porches and carports and garages and stuff like that are all lumped together in this thing that the state calls improvements. Okay, so while it's very common for people to say, I didn't change anything, we didn't improve anything, that's not what the bucket improvements really is intended to deal with. Okay. So yeah, okay.
So market adjustment, was it a market adjustment?
But there's
no,
nothing.
there's no
improved.
adjustment.
Yeah, the neighborhood adjustment is. Right.
So
Okay, so
really,
you're
it's
fine.
also related to what goes up in your area. If the land and properties around you go up in value, as when they're, which is indicated by them selling for more than they would have a year ago or
guess.
last year, that also affects yours.
I guess what I'm trying to say, and what I'm not understanding is, we did, in his statement, it says we did, what do you call it, an addition to the loft or whatever. It's an attic.
Right, I understand that aspect, okay?
It's been that way for
We'll talk about that. in a minute.
Did that actually get on here?
Yeah.
Or
it's
on
on
the
there.
wall?
Mhm.
Did you add it
It's
up?
on there that I added something, I did not do an addition. It says I added a loft.
But your realtor was not honest about that.
No, he's trying to sell a place, just like everybody else trying to get money. Want
I
everybody to
don't
sign
think
up.
that it's,
You can't stand up
I
in
don't
there,
think realtors are supposed to be lying about the property.
you're 3 foot tall.
I think that's actually. The misrepresent the property.
He doesn't say that. He says it could be turned into a loft. You're the one that says it's an added loft. I read his listing. It said it could be a loft area. It's not a loft area. It's an attic.
Is that on the property card?
No, it's not even on it. It's an attic. On the property.
No, that's not on the property, but on our card
A card.
that we go by that gives us all the information we have on
Aside from the main area,
Mhm.
you don't have a second floor.
No, sorry, it's just.
Right. So there is a thing in MA2,
Second floor.
which is,
One, two, again.
what I'm suspecting is the.
Second floor. Yeah, MA two is the second floor, it's air conditioned space.
390 square feet.
It's not air conditioned.
No air conditioning, no heating.
So they.
Good, there's a rail up there. That's it.
Okay.
No AC. vent.
Technically, that
It's an area.
It's not air.
That's how it's gonna be up there.
is. So if you remove that, what would be?
Well, we can find out, sure.
But you-
So
And that is. 900 feet. 900 square feet. 390.
Be like- I don't know how I figured it.
sorry,
I don't know how I figured it, so
We have this one.
the house is 900. One year I did an addition for a laundry room.
they have, and Jackie, can you show the property card? Which has the sketch,
It actually,
at least the property card I'm looking at does have a sketch.
oh, that one does, okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
There you go. Okay, so we blow that up a touch. You
I
can-
can't blow it up.
Okay,
That's
that's
it.
fine.
That's it.
So the MA2, 390 square feet, $79 a square foot. Comes to 22,880. Adjusted rate.
She says it doesn't have, but it's adequate.
Right, so, sure,
Because there's no vents up there.
yeah, no, that's fine. We understand.
Okay, I need to explain, I don't, you don't think I'm lying about it.
No, you explained it quite effectively.
No, no, sometimes I talk kind of, no.
Yeah, that's okay.
What is it, 22,880?
And just for, yeah. We look at the last year's property card.
I think it was added because of the village.
I think right, 71.
So the remarks. That's what it says in the remarks,
Yeah.
not the real.
Okay, so
I put it in my little writing there.
So you make two.
You didn't say anything to me. You want me to go check on
I think he said,
them?
pretty sure he's.
yeah, there's also a class. There's also a class upgrade. So the class changed from QSS to 4SS. Yeah, and then, because I couldn't make the leap on how we got from 140 to 193. Granted, we added the MA2, but that's only 27.
22.
Okay. Right, so,
Back there.
right. Okay.
It's the part I couldn't. I don't know how to
We're
read
trying
those.
to figure
We'll
that
get
out.
it figured out there.
I appreciate it.
Sure. And the pool didn't change. I know they may have said some stuff in the list.
Yeah.
Last year, the property was classified as a 2SS, and
Yeah.
this year it's a 4SS. Is that because of adding the law?
No, it's probably just from looking at the property, the interior, and the exterior. Two would be like a Dirksen,
Would be a what?
like a Dirksen building, or
Okay.
manufactured
Yeah.
offsite and moved in, that would be,
Yeah.
that's usually,
So you had to value that one
yeah,
last year.
yeah.
So because
And is this year's or last year?
This is last year's.
Okay, because on the one we have, there's two.
Yes.
And the second one is this, and this is the MA2.
Right.
There's
Right.
The second,
numbers that we're using.
there's two here too. It's just the second page. It's the,
Okay, because this
Warehouse.
is 20 by 13.
390 square feet. That's what's on the
Oh,
page.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay, so that makes sense.
It's
Yeah.
valued at 30,810.
No, 22.
22,880.
No, I'm looking at last. Oh,
22.
I'm sorry, no, yeah, it's 22,880.
So. Okay, you
I
take
want
that,
to make sure this is part-time or not. Do you have anything else you want to add? You have a minute? Damon? No. All right, then stay on me, have 5 minutes to discuss if you stay on this short. I'd like to see what happens when we remove the becoming food.
it's 255, 360.
Yeah.
probably not gonna remove it, right?
Sorry?
There should be a, it should be obvious.
Well, yeah.
Just subtract the value.
Because you don't know neighborhood.
Right.
And the other,
It should go back to what it was last year.
no.
No,
What I'm saying is you can see the value of each part, right?
Oh,
So the value of that.
So,
2,000.
Yeah.
There's no neighborhood adjustment, so it's just that.
yeah,
okay.
so, okay, so I would just take 22,000 out of
22.
22,880.
255,000.
yeah, so 255. Even. Okay,
That's fine.
Yes.
Okay, now, the other thing to explain the difference in increase is that your house was classified as, oh, she took it off. Yeah, it was, houses are classified on scale from 1 to 7. Yours was classified as a 2, which is a pretty substandard structure. And the SS is standard siding, which your T111 would fall into that type of classification. It got changed for some reason from a 4SS from a 2SS to a 4SS.
And I guess that's where I'm at, because last year we fought that and it got changed because of the siding. Now we're getting changed again because of the siding.
Okay.
It's a dirt build. I mean,
Is it a
B111 is the same as a dirt. I used to build those for the company. 34 years of being a contractor. T111 is rotting around the side. It's the same. It's actually under standard of Dirksen. Dirksen uses the hardy plank board with the skin on behind it. This is just plain wood, thin, 1/4 inch wood.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with how the property is described. As far as what it's worth, it's worth whatever you think it's worth. It's got a lot of water on it, I'm saying. That's whatever value y'all think the property should be at, what it should be. That's not any problem. A problem with all the other stuff in the background. Brewing with actual market data in bad faith to mess with people.
Yeah.
Appraisal values for tax season, that cannot,
I have a problem with that.
Okay, so let's work on the calculator for a second.
Well, it'll be 255 if we took off the
Yeah,
MH2.
yeah.
Okay,
And if you want to consider this classification.
there's 2 ways to deal with the class. One is to just go, well, yeah, but the question is to what? You could technically go back to last year's value on the structure, on the improvements, and add in a slight increase due to the land. Okay. Yeah, no. Well, if,
84, and maybe last year value on.
right, so 84. 84, 840. Plus. And we're not talking about any other changes, 140. 620, which is last year's improvement, is 225. Okay, 225, 460. All right, so that. So what I did there, or at least from a calculation standpoint, we can discuss or reject it, was I took this year's land value and last year's improvement value.
225,000.
It's 225,000. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
On case ID 22, there's 1342, account 62330. Considering market and equity values, and you listen to the property owner in the district, and the variances presented by the property owner regarding a loft situation and the classification of the house. It's the ARB's opinion that the value on this property, which has been reduced from 278,000 to 40 to 225,400.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed?
I'm opposed.
Okay, so we have one in favor, one opposed. Okay, you understand the new value that we came to and how we found that?
Kind of.
We basically took the structure value, the value of your improvements, and that includes your warehouse building and the in the house, okay, and used the value from last year. And we added in the new land value because the value on the land did go up some, but that's land's going up, okay? And came up with the 225, 460. 225,000.
Was the land's going up in value.
Yep. Now. We're gonna see you next year unless you get your problem resolved with this real estate person. And you need to get your. Yeah, because that's gonna cause you, it's gonna come back and
What
bite
can we
you.
do on this land deal? Cause I brought the decrees and stuff.
You
Check with them out here.
Yeah.
You know.
talk to the
we have
ladies
it.
out
I
front.
have it in the truck.
Yeah, you have it in the truck? Excellent. Oh,
Carry it
please.
with me.
Yeah, great.
That's not horrible. Never mind.
Well,
Yeah.
But that needs to get fixed. Otherwise, it's gonna cause you bigger problems in the future.
Yes.
And the realtor, what happened was he called and he said, hey, I'm trying to get everybody to put this up for a month. And he said, I'm trying to prove a point, but I also got a buyer and it's not, and I said, well, whatever, dude.
He did nobody favors, no one.
And it
What was
sounds
the
like,
reason behind it? I guess he thought he could sell it, or you can sell it.
That he just wanted numbers.
he may have had another client, he was trying to set.
Apparently somebody flew over and wanted to buy up all these properties around.
Okay, so.
But misrepresenting properties like that is not good. And that may be a way that you can get this thing handled, which is to say, what you did is illegal. Now you need to go fix it. Because they may be more amenable to fixing.
I think that's why the guy's never in the office, because he won't take it down.
Anyway, sorry.
That's our decision, can like that, the owner of the company can do that.
That's the one we're trying to find, but he's never.
He's the
in
owner of the
office. Yeah.
Yeah, well, leave a message at the office saying.
No, the broker pleading because of it. The broker was a pretty good job.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So I need to sign.
No,
No, just,
just check with the outside about.
You'll get a thing in the mail with all of this
Oh.
provided.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
Jackie was.
I have no opinion. I have nothing to say.
I think she had nothing to say.
Mm-mm.
There's one person who's in the Zoom.
I see him, yeah, I can hear him. Just let me know when you want me to put him in.
Okay, is it this guy?
Yes,
Yeah, and I think we're ready.
Scott Dye or whatever his name is. Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm just gonna make this comment. When it's our phone, it's our phone.
Yeah, right here.
That one.
Okay.
I don't know who did this.
Wait, hold on, I'm gonna get this
I don't
over
know how to do
here.
Beth's job.
Um,
I'm scared.
where's she?
Oh, you're scared. Oh, if you're scared.
Oh, show me. Show me. I'm trying. Listen here.
All right, we got team number 745.
Oh, it's on page 4, bottom of the page.
There's one chairperson,
Woo-hoo.
so they get one, you get one.
This is the new area.
Somebody steal.
Everybody wants their own. Don't give them any ideas.
What's this one? It's page 4, bottom of the page. 66485.
I wanna know how you.
He's still there.
Yes.
I think they are put in order. Page number by.
No, and that's why.
I just like you first.
Are we gonna let him in?
We're gonna let them.
We're gonna let him in.
Petition here.
Yes.
We're gonna let him in.
Okay. God.
We're ready. Is that in person or what?
The Charlie do next time.
Cannot do you.
So Gables are covering this. Is that?
You turn the corner on the left hand side.
Yeah.
That's for 2 rows of buildings like this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, he's on, guys. He should be able to hear you.
Yes, hi, how are y'all?
Good.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for allowing me to do this through a Zoom meeting. I appreciate it.
Are you Daryl?
I sure am, Daryl Scott Dye.
Okay. Daryl, I have some stuff to go through first. So if you just kind of hang loose, we'll get into your case in just a second.
Okay,
We are opening a hearing on case number 2022-745, account number 66485, which is 3441 Loop 1781, Unit 1E in Rockport. Gables of Cocoa Vistas. I assume that's out off 1781.
yes,
Okay, great. This hearing is being recorded and streamed live on YouTube. To verify exactly what's under protest.
Market value.
Okay, market value and equity is under protest. We are the appraisal review board that will be hearing your protest today. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. The survey may be completed using the survey form, which is included in the determination package you will receive in the mail after the hearing. Or you can take the survey online. Information about how to complete it or access it are on the form that you'll receive in that package. The survey is voluntary. However, we always appreciate any feedback you may wish to offer. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information is included in that package that will be mailed to you after this hearing. In accordance with tax code section 41.45H, all written material and evidence that has not been provided must be provided at this time. I do see we have a good bit of evidence. and some pictures as well. Okay, you provided all of the evidence you're going to be referencing today, is that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. The ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Scott Wagner, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with a person in violation of tax code 41.66.
I, Joanne Ferguson, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code 41.66F.
Ron McCann, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66.
I, Peggy Bird, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath. Daryl, I'm assuming, since we do have a signed and notarized copy or a signed and notarized affidavit, that you realize that we consider you to be under oath for this hearing.
Yes.
Okay?
I am Robert, do solemnly swear affirm the testimony and shall present the appraisal review work of the Ramsey County Appraisal.
Okay, Daryl, I need to ask whether you hold a license or certificate from the Texas Appraiser Licensing and Certification Board.
No, I do not.
Okay, fine. Need to ask everybody. In the package of information you received from the district, do you see a page that says hearing procedure times?
Hearing,
It's a one-page chart that broke the two.
yes, about the hearing times. Yes, I did get that.
That represents how we're going to be conducting the hearing today. Takes one of two forms. Either you can present first, or you can have the district go first. You get to choose.
Can I ask just a brief question?
Certainly.
No, you know, I've done these type of things before for my home, not in Aransas, but I've noticed that there's been 6 people in the room there. Normally it's a 3-person panel with 1 person representing the appraisal district. I'm not sure I'm understanding 6 people in the room. What can you, I don't know who all is who there.
Yeah, okay, so there's the current appraisal review board is comprised of 5 members. And the person at the end of the table is Eamon Burke, who is the representative from the district.
Okay, and then the other, I guess it's a 5-panel, is that right? Or the 3-panel?
That's correct. It's a 5-person panel.
Okay, so it's the ARB is actually 5 people. Okay. I guess that keeps it, it's an odd number. Okay. I guess I could go first, and I don't think it'll take long. There's a couple things. I guess once I go first, then I have the rebuttal. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me? Daryl,
Yes.
you have 5 minutes for your presentation, and then you'll get some more minutes as we go through the process.
Okay.
Sorry, I think I'm designing everybody. But go ahead and proceed.
Okay. Well, here's, I guess, a couple of things. My first, you know, I put in my affidavit, and with the pictures and all, you know, I guess the first thing is I don't have a view of the bay. It's not like I'm sitting over the bay of Coconut Bay and can see the water. That's why I included those pictures to get a feel of what I look at. The other really primarily is that Unit 5B is the exact same floor plan as mine. 5B is getting to enjoy a $430,000 appraised value. And that means to me, it's an unequally appraised property from mine, even though they're exactly, you know, basically the same. And so same, according to the records, as you see, they have the same percent ownership, same square footages, all that. And so I want to enjoy the same right they do to have that. The other is, I did go through the appraisal, the packet, I guess is what you would call it, the evidence from the appraisal district. And so the other is I've noticed that in my same building, I'm unit E1. E3 is in another exact replica, if you would, a floor plan is mine. And so they sold for under what my unit is shown that you guys have assessed the value. So you have assessed the value of mine at 289,310. And then unit 3E was sold at 270,750. So even at, though I want to enjoy the rights that someone else has equal as unit 5B, excuse me, B is in boy. We can't, that's what I want to do, but if not, I want to, I'd like to be at least match. At the worst case scenario would be to match what they sold that unit for in my own building, 2 doors down, according to even in the records that the district has, the evidence. I guess lastly, well, I guess that's really about it. I won't belabor the point, but let me just let the district go ahead and then I can offer any rebuttal that I have, but that's my stance. So anyways, without any further ado, go ahead.
You'll have time to ask questions after the district makes their presentation. Did you have anything else you wanted to add right now? You have 2 minutes.
Well, yes, in a way. One other thing I'd like to say is, obviously the units got destroyed. Some got really destroyed. Some others didn't during Hurricane Harvey. So at that time when the units were rebuilt, there's varying, as you can imagine in condominiums, there's varying people with varying, I guess, financial status. So one person may, such as me, would go in and put builder grade material to rebuild the inside of a unit. Others have gone in, they've completely redone their kitchens to make them look different, put lots more money into it. So when they sell their unit, they've done all sorts of upgrades, high quality countertops and custom cabinets. And so they get a higher dollar value for what they sell. And unless the district has been inside those units to see who's done what, they wouldn't know that. So if a value says, someone says, I sold for 300, I'm just saying off the top of my head, I sold for 305, 310,000. Well, if I tried to sell for that, they'd say, well, you didn't do those upgrades. Yours is more in that, more in the line of like significantly lower. So people have added more air conditioning in downstairs. I mean, you see it when you walk around, they got air conditioning centralized in the lower portions. Just things that they've done that have been upgrades. I mean, I could go on and on, but if you haven't been in the unit, you wouldn't know. So it's kind of hard to just say, well, they got square footage, so therefore. So anyways, that's my thought.
Your time is up, and so the district now has 7 minutes for your presentation and ask you any questions they want. So I'll let them go ahead now.
Okay.
Okay, the comp that was talked about, I don't remember the property ID at the point, the one that's 237,000 or whatever. That one, if we have as being 80% complete. That one is not 100% done.
I'm sorry, I had a hard time hearing that. I'm sorry.
The reason the value is different on that one property is because it's 80% complete. It's not, we don't have it as being 100% finished. So that's why their value is different. So I just wanted to point that out. The valuation on these things, just to present our evidence, is pretty straightforward. This is just a condo in the Gables, Cocoa Bay out there. They're all the sales comps, and I think all the equity comps are completely unadjusted because they're exactly the same. They're like the same shape, the same floor plan, the same everything. So there's no square footage changes in even like a porch. If you look at the sales grid, the three comps we have are in the same condo complex, and the sale price, you can just look at the top level sale price because there's no adjustments. One sold for 270, 270, 750, one sold for 289, and one sold for 300. So if you were to pull the median, if you average those out, you get 289,000. Well, if you look at the subject, notice at 289, 310. Last year, it was noticed at, or it was certified at 260. So the difference between last year's number of 260 and this year's number of 289 is exactly that. It's not a coincidence. That's where the adjustment is. It's just these sales happen. And then you put them together and you don't go to the lowest one and you don't go to the highest one. That's what, this is just like reverse engineering how our neighborhood adjustments. That's really all this is showing you. It's like sales happened, we took the median, looked at the different properties, and they're all described as being the same effective age because they were very damaged. They had to be rebuilt from the inside out. There's going to be, nuances within the property. Buy a condo, maybe it has personal property in it, aesthetically better, or one of them is more on trend than the other one, or like I said, maybe something's adding some air conditioning to one space or another, but we're not at the highest value. We're also not at the lowest value. That's not our job. We're just mass appraising these things. There's a level of detail we just don't get into. That is exactly where this adjustment came from. So that's why it's 289. The equity grid is also unadjusted. So it's 289, 310, and because they're all 289. That's pretty much it. If you look at our sales ratio report at the bottom, it's for this area out there in Coconut Bay. So that's not that. It would be better than a condo sales ratio report, but anyways, it's pretty straightforward. That's where our number came from. That's it. That's all for evidence.
Okay, Daryl, you have 4 minutes if you want to question Eamon or bring up any other comments.
Well, I find, I find it difficult to see where on this one that we're comparing to, one that's of lower value. They were only, when you look at the comparison in 2020 between my taxes and theirs, the improvements, the value of the land obviously didn't change, but they were slightly under. Then in 2021, they're under. Now in 2022, I just have a hard time buying it. It's going to take them 3 to 4 years to be under. So I don't know what's going on there. I would beg to differ. And I know everybody in that unit area, but I beg to differ that it's an 80% complete unit. If we're going to go there, then I would suggest, I don't have, all my closets aren't done. I don't have all of my shelving up. I'm a single guy. It's a long story, but nonetheless, I don't have all my shelving up. I've got closets that, even though they're sheetrock, they're not finished. There's, I haven't air conditioned my whole bottom floor like many of the others. So I do have some areas that are unfinished. So if we want to go in that kind of on that line, I would say I'd be about still 90 to 95% complete, because there's some things that still need to be done, but they're not of an absolute necessity. I don't have anybody staying on my 3rd floor, so none of those closets are done. They're just sheetrock closets. There's no shelving. There's some things there that aren't complete. So, even at that, if I say, okay, well, I'm 90 or 95% complete, well, then that would be fair. I don't know how, and I know Kathy and I know them, but I don't know how they're saying it's 80%, but that's their story. But so I have missing screens, and those haven't even been replaced yet by the contractor. I guess I'm going to have to go do that. because there's no screens. I didn't upgrade to storm windows either. A lot of people upgraded to storm windows. I chose not to. It's too expensive for the rebuild. So I don't have the storm rated hurricane windows like others have done. So there's a lot of differences here. I want you to consider, please. So I think there's some wiggle room there. I do.
Daryl, do you have a third area upstairs? Did I hear you say that? I know some units don't have that. But did you say that was not complete, or did I not hear correctly?
Well, no, it's sheetrock, and I do have furniture and all up there, but the closets are not finished. You know, I don't have any shelving in them. It's just if you go to the closet, you open it up and it's just sheetrock. There's no shelving. I haven't finished that part of it. You know, that it's on the third floor, and yeah, primarily the third floor, and then I have a closet downstairs on the ground floor that has not been finished. That closet, just because nobody stays there. Well, pretty much anybody stays there stays pretty much on the second floor. I don't have a lot of people staying there. It's meant for me to go down there and enjoy with some family members. So I'm a single man though, so I don't have, it's not like I'm entertaining 10 people at a time over there. So things that have languished, I just haven't finished it.
I'm not sure I heard you correctly. Do you have that downstairs area finished out behind the garage?
No, well, it's just one closet area, just a closet is what I'm saying.
You don't have a
So it is finished. All the contractor work is done. It's just finishing. When I say finishing, I'm talking about a closet to go in and put shelving up and where you can store things or hang your clothes. I only have that on the second floor. Everywhere else, all the closets are not done. That's one downstairs and two on the third floor are not. I haven't done that yet. That's all. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to misrepresent here. I'm just trying to say those closets aren't finished. Contractor work is all done for the restoration.
So you're saying you're about 95% complete? Is that what you said?
I think that would be fair.
And, anything else you want to add? You have a minute?
Well, yeah, I'd still like to be considered to be, equal with the one that's being able to enjoy that benefit. I think that's kind of a stretch to assume that from 17 through 22 that they're not finished. I don't know how that ever got established, but that's nonetheless, I'd like some consideration, please. Thank you.
Yeah, the other prop 5B, 80% is pretty substantial. I mean, it shouldn't have furniture in it, shouldn't have all the interior walls painted. You'd be missing ceiling fans. 80% is a ways off from done. So could we be wrong about that one? Yeah, we could be wrong about it, but I don't know. I don't know why it's at 80%. I'm not looking at it. I will tell you it's possible that it really is just construction in here, but it's also possible that it's completely done. I don't know. But yours is not 80%. It is done. But as far as if there's wiggle room, there's wiggle room. It's 5% either way. That's when we do these things where our margin of error is 5%. And 5% off our notice value is 275. 5% up is 305. You look at the range of sales, that's what they are. So yeah, there's definitely any number that anyone ever gets noticed at, ever on any property in any appraisal district could be off by 2%. That's true everywhere. That's just because we're doing a mass appraisal of the whole county. So that's where we're at. So it's pretty straightforward.
All right, Daryl, is there anything else you want to add?
Well, yeah, I mean, I appreciate the district. I mean, everybody's got their jobs to do, and everybody here, all I'm saying is I know the district can't be in every unit. They just can't do it. They haven't been in my unit. They haven't been in any of the others, I'm sure. So just like he says, we don't know. So, give me the benefit of the doubt and just take that into consideration, please. I don't think they've been in to see my unit or any of the others. So how they know if it's 80% or not, I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Amen.
Thank you.
Right, you were has 5 minutes to deliberate. I've been in those units, I think they're not all the same. Some of them have a room finished behind, they have a huge garage with this downstairs area, and then some have a finished area behind with a door that makes it actually a bedroom. Some have a third floor, which is a large room or bedrooms, they're not all the same. He's indicated that he has issues with closets and some other things. I'd be willing to take 5% on.
I agree. I have 274, 700. That's,
For 275.
yeah, 275. Yeah.
The one unit in the sales comp right next to it, 1D, I assume that's right next to it. Comp number 2.
Oh, 1D, 1E, yeah, probably,
They're all the same square
Which
footage.
sold.
Yeah.
but they're not.
Next
Maybe
year,
the ones under comparison are, but they are not all the same square. Some of them do not have a third floor loft. Some of them don't have the room finished
And
downstairs.
some of them, but the ones that are here,
The ones that are there do, but we don't know what their level of completion is, and I don't know if we know for sure whether these are ones that have the extra room downstairs or the extra room upstairs. So I just be willing to take, as he's indicated, 95% would take 5% off, 275.
I agree.
Okay.
All right, Daryl, I'm gonna make a motion on your property. It's case ID 2022-745, account 66485. In considering incorrect market and equity levels, based on what you told us regarding the completion status of your unit and the information presented by the district. The ARB is willing to, we take 5% off of the value of your property as noted, which would bring it down to 275,000.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Okay, Daryl, did you understand that?
I do, thank you.
Okay, we're done. Thank you.
All right, y'all have a great day and thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Can I exit out now?
Yes,
Yeah,
you can.
sure.
All right, great, thank you.
We ready to jump into 3 o'clock?
Take a quick break.
Okay,
Are there people here?
we have 2 here and then 2 on the phone.
There we go. Back to you.
First one's gonna be on the phone.
Yeah.
Amen.
Wait, what?
Okay, I can use your phone.
Oh, really?
He's on the phone with them right now trying to fix it. I have
Really nice unit they have on.
Hey, look, I want to call that.
So bedroom garage.
Yeah.
And the boats.
They do have a garage.
Realize, you know, you put a blow off car,
T-top.
Yes, I know. Yeah, probably there's 4 six on the end that have look out on the bed and the ones down the side.
With
but as up high as you are, I mean, you can't.
Not the ones that are back further, the ones that are.
Or the ones that face into each other, definitely.
Yeah, the ones that, you know, as you go back, you have, you know, you can.
Be surprised
Back
at
here, there's no.
people that require extra large, extra tall storage for their boat.
And this is their voice.
You know, I'm putting in 10 wide, 12-foot tall doors. And some of them are barely getting in there, you know?
These are great, these are about 16 feet. They're tall.
Yeah, yeah. And then I started out at 32 feet deep. I've had to increase to 36 feet deep. Get the 24 footer. in
Well, my truck only sits in my garage at an angle, so it never goes in. Because it's got a ditch on
Our
there,
new
that's what
houses, I say new, they're less than 10 years old. Guy just bought a new truck. His old truck barely fit in there. The new one, like about 8 inches getting in there, it came in there.
Yeah, all these big new trucks, you
Yeah.
get 150s and stuff. and you can-
They're just longer, you know?
Work at 3 o'clock.
Oh, gosh.
Mhm.
How did we get to 3 o'clock?
Well, we can ask 3
It
o'clock.
wasn't hard, was it?
We passed 1:30 pretty quick. Holy mackerel, miles across.
I know.
It's like the Tracy thing about the fax man, just the fax. I think it's a drag. It's a drag. I was gonna say, I was trying. Well, it's.
Dating ourselves.
You can see his face.
Oh, yeah, Joe Friday.
The real one or Dan Heffern?
No,
The real one.
And I'm still trying to figure out the phone.
We got a minute.
Maybe two.
Wait, let me turn on the timer.
They're not back.
I went to lunch at the Daily Grown and there's a kid there, a little kid that walked in there. And he looked at me and I was drinking my lemonade. And all I said, he just screamed.
How little?
I mean, he was probably 2 or 3. He was a young one.
With
Yeah.
mom.
It was with his mom
And I probably didn't see her, couldn't see her.
and it just.
When in doubt,
And
scream,
he
the mom
kept
always does.
screaming. And he kept looking at me and I was like, what is this? I thought maybe there was a bug or something behind me, you know? This is lemonade. When she told him the hush, but you know. And he kept looking at me and I'm like, kids usually like me, you know, what's it, it's something behind me that was out of it scared me. But that was.
Case number 1255, property ID 32744. And it's on the phone.
Page 6. In order, miracle order. And it was on. Oh, excuse me. 3 o'clock.
Big white blue. Well, you're gonna have that cut for what, another 2 months, 3 months.
All right, you ready? Payment
We have one today.
972-849-0353. It's Amanda.
Oh, man, that's a song.
Yeah, hello, this is the appraisal review board calling for your protest hearing. Good, hold on just a moment, we'll get started.
Amanda, I have some administrative stuff to run through before we get started with the details of your hearing. So we are commencing a hearing on case ID 2022-1255. Account number 32744. This is 819 Wood Street in Rockport. This hearing is being recorded and streamed live on YouTube. And verify what is under protest.
Incorrect market and equity level and it's open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Q1, Q2, and homestead. Okay. Shows. What are you not seeing? There's an HS. Yeah. There's an HS right above the Q1, Q2 on your cases.
It's not showing on here.
It would be on the property.
It's on,
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead, that's fine.
All right. So we are the appraisal review board that will be hearing your protest today. We do not work for the appraisal district. we're appointed to perform an independent review of your projects. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. The survey may be completed using the survey form, which is included in the determination package that you will receive in the mail after the hearing. Or you can complete the survey online. And information about completing it, where to go to, how to return, and so on, is on that form that you'll receive in the determination package. The survey is entirely voluntary. However, we always appreciate any feedback you may wish to offer. You also have the right to appeal our decision, and appeal information is included in the package that will be mailed to you to document our determination. In accordance with tax code section 41.45H, all written material and evidence must be provided at this time. So I assume we have all of your evidence that you're going to reference today.
Yes, I will provide some background information as well, but I'm primarily gonna reference the numbers that were provided to you guys.
Excellent, thank you. The ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Scott Wagner, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with a person in violation of tax code 41.66.
I, Joanne Ferguson, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code 41.66.
Arb Pm, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
I, Katie Bird, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath. I'm assuming, Amanda, that since you did provide a signed and notarized affidavit, that you understand you are considered to be under oath. Okay, great.
I am in Berkeley solemnly swear affirm the testimony shall present the appraisal review board to the Ramsey County Appraisal District of Truth.
Amanda, I need to ask whether you hold a license or certificate from the Texas Appraiser Licensing and Certification Board.
No, I do not.
Okay, that's fine. In the package of information you received from the district, there should be a page which is called the hearing procedure time. Do you have that available?
I do.
Excellent. You're prepared.
I
That
did this last year.
okay, good. So if you remember from last year, that chart is divided into two columns. One is if you decide to present first, or the second is if the district goes first. You both have equal amounts of time, but you get to choose which you would like to, how you would like to proceed.
I would like to go first.
Okay, Amanda, you have, for now, you have 5 minutes, and then you'll have some additional time as we go along.
Let me know when my time begins.
We will. Oh, you go right now.
By way of background, my husband and I purchased this home in Rockport on June 25th, 2020 for $239,000. I protested last year and we agreed on that value based on the fact that the house was on the market for a considerable amount of time. Forte Properties acquired the property in 2016, and it's my understanding that it was never occupied and was on and off the market for the entire time that they owned it. The house had, the real estate agent told us that the house had been unoccupied since Harvey. The insurance company had done some repairs in order to get the house back habitable. But for whatever reason, this house did not sell for a very long amount of time. So that is why the property tax board and I agreed on the value that we paid for the property in 2020. Since then, our property taxes have gone up precipitously and not in alignment with other properties on Wood Street. And I understand that there should be some increase, but when everyone else on the block has, a much lower, if you can look at my evidence, everyone else is paying way way less than we are. We had a 72% increase on the building improvement, which is where the big increase came from. And then our overall assessment, you know, ours went up 40%, where our neighbors went up somewhere between 3 and 10%. So I don't think that that is fair or equitable.
Okay, you have 3 more
That's my
minutes.
presentation.
What's that?
That's it.
She said that's a
That's
great-
it? Okay.
Yeah.
You'll have additional time. The district now has 7 minutes to ask any questions and for their presentation. Okay, so hold on just a moment and we'll get started with that.
Who wants it? Oh, hold on, let me get more detailed in.
Yeah.
He's.
All right, so this is 32744. We are in Old Rock. This is on Wood Street. Residential property, it's 238, 300 with the sale of 239, which you're saying is. Last year it was at that exactly that number, and it was because, like she said, we went over the same place. In 21, the purchase was in late 2020. It's been homestead. It was homesteaded last year, homesteaded this year. So this year, so just for some background on that, it was noticed last year at like 313. So it did get a pretty major adjustment down after to get to the sale price, right? But we didn't have this thing at like 225 last year or something, and then just put 50% on the house. Our number was more than what they paid, and our system is still spitting out a larger number. But to give context as to why, and the sales grid, our 4 comps are all in Old Rockport. They're 5-class homes. One of them's a 4+. That's okay. They're all there. You know, they have less land and less house and selling for less. And then some of them is actually like comp number 3. Comp number 3 has less land, it has less house. And its original age is older. Its effective age is older. It sold for 327. So like this is just kind of what's going on. Basically, the subject property owner got a great deal. That is what they paid. We're going to struggle to ever find a world in which what they paid ends up being the median of anything. That's not going to happen. Nobody's getting a better deal than that in the years since, and they're not going to, which is the blessing at first. You got a good deal. I will point out maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but I thought that the value change isn't new value after a decision like that. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, I was confused too, because okay, I'm sorry, I should be talking, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought that it would be 10%.
Well, yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
Right, I
It
don't
does.
know
That's
right
why
now.
I asked.
I'm gonna get Val.
What?
I'm gonna get Val.
No, but I mean, the number it would be with all tech caps, the same thing. It's 238, 300 times 1.1. It's 262, 130.
That would be the assessed value. With the
Well, yeah, but since the system.
No, that would make it the market.
That would be the market value.
But so their intention being to produce the effect of,
Right.
basically to say there's no new value on this house, nothing's been done to it to make it different. They got a good deal, they should work up to market value over time to take advantage of their own site. Yeah, that's kind of what I think should happen. But and then the equity grid just shows this is I don't think that we're wrong, that it's a $330,000 property, it just, they pay less than that, they got homesteads. That work, I guess.
So what is the 260?
That's 10% over last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I see.
So effectively, we're doing what. Right. And that's fine. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Amanda, did you understand what Amy just said?
Hey,
Yes. That makes sense. That's about what I had proposed as well, so.
Okay, so you're okay with 262, 130?
Well, can we,
And they will
I mean,
notice,
obviously, I
and
would
they
like
will-
it to be lower. Is it possible we could split the difference between what I proposed and
and
the
then so
262
from
or
11 to
are we
333.
262?
No, we're,
What did you propose?
I proposed 252, 165.
I think that's too low.
yeah,
The 262, 130 is basically taking 10% of last year's value, because of your homestead cap.
They're not
Okay,
taking
yeah,
into
I
account
understand it. I
this,
mean,
because
I
that was
do
the
think that
push
that's
value.
fair as
It's
opposed to the
removed. It was
40%
up to
increase.
market value. Yeah,
Okay.
they're 20,000.
262,
Increase to
yeah.
10%.
Yeah.
All right,
She'll have to perform
Amanda,
protesting.
I'm gonna make a motion on your account here, case item 2022 1255, account 32744. Based on information from the property owner of the district, ARB is going to, because you have filed a homestead, to increase the value over last year's noted value by 10%, which would bring your current noted value 333,900 down to 262,130.
That's your motion.
That seems fair.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, Amanda, you understand the new value?
262, 130, got it.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Do I need to do anything else or?
Now, you'll receive a determination package in the mail. And I think, aside from filling out the survey, which would be nice, you're done.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye. Fill out those surveys. That's good, Scott.
Haven't done that before.
Yeah.
Switch their arm.
Yes.
How did you,
Next.
Beth.
All ready? Case number 1305, account number 55190.
Right under that. Yeah. We're gonna be ready, it's right under the one you just heard. Yes.
You're Brian?
I am.
Okay. Okay, I have some administrative stuff to run through first, and then we'll get into the details of the case. We're commencing the hearing on case ID 2022-1305, account number 55190, which is 10 Seashell Shores Drive.
That's what we call
SSS?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds much easier.
That's in Rockport. This hearing is being recorded and streamed live on YouTube. So let's verify exactly. Okay, great. We are the appraisal review board that will be hearing your case today, hearing your protest today. We do not work for the appraisal board. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. The survey may be completed using the survey form, which is conveniently included there. Or a form is in the determination package you will receive in the mail after this hearing. Or you can take it online. And information about returning it is included at the top of the form. The survey is entirely voluntary, however, we're always appreciating the feedback you have to offer. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information is included in the package that will be mailed to you to document our determination. In accordance with tax code section 41.45H, all written material and evidence that has not been provided must be provided at this time. So we have 2 pages of evidence from you. Does that include everything that you?
Yes, I just brought some notes today.
Okay, great. The ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anybody about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Scott Wagner, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with anyone with another person. I'm sorry. I, Scott Wagner, solemnly swear that I have not communicated with anyone in violation of tax code section 41.66.
You're nervous about that, are you sure?
Sorry?
You're nervous about that, are you sure?
No, I said it
Okay.
5,000 times, so unfortunately, I was trying to read it and say it, and that.
And sign it.
I swear that I have not communicated with the person in violation of tax code 41.66.
I, Joanne Ferguson, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code 41.66F.
I, Ronald Cannon, solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code 41.66.
I, Peggy Bird, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath, so you'll be asked to swear in at this time.
Just read that statement out loud, please.
I do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present the appraisal of you, Lord, for the Aransas County appraisal is true and correct.
And state your name, please.
Brian Boyd.
Okay, and then the time. Thank you.
I am Burke, solemnly swear from the testimony shall present the appraisal review board, the Aransas County Appraisal District.
You can keep it there.
Okay, Brian, I need to ask if you hold a license or certificate from the Texas Appraiser Licensing and Certification Board.
I do not.
That's fine. In front of you is a chart that reflects the hearing procedure times or how we're going to run the hearing today. It takes 2 forms. One is if you decide you would like to present first, or if you would like the district to present first. You both get equal amount of time, but you get to decide which you would like to do.
I will present first, please.
Okay, you're first.
Mhm.
Okay, you have 5 minutes right now, and then you'll have some additional minutes.
Okay, I got the 2021 appraisal and felt that it was high, though it was just a guess, I'm sure, by the appraisal district as to 50% valuation and 50% completion. I felt it was a little high. I didn't respond at that time. We are blessed to be in the construction business, and have great relationships with suppliers. I think y'all have copies of these notes. They're sloppy. I didn't know I was going to present them to you. We were able to purchase lumber before product availability problems and price increases due to all this, we'll call it COVID junk. We bought flooring and hardy and tile before price increases and installed ourselves. We bought roofing materials, downspouts and gutters at a great discount and installed ourselves. That's a family business that we operate. There's finished work and painting to be completed, and we don't have all appliances yet. We are waiting. We've been waiting for more than a year for dishwasher and microwave, and just got several appliances within the last month. So we kind of, it's not a shell, but we're living in an incomplete house right now. I did not bring receipts today. We have some receipts. We were saving receipts. This bill has been in our mind and been buying things and in this process for a couple of years. Did not bring receipts because we were saving them and realized how horrible we were at saving them and realized we had very few. So to the best of our memory and receipts that we do have, we figure that we got about 440 in this place. And didn't really think to present it. It wasn't in your comps, but the house right next to me is not under construction, was damaged by Harvey and has never been repaired. So is, so I'm told, probably a house that needs to be demolished, which surely affects my property value. To what extent, I don't know. It is, I'm told, mold damaged. You can look in the windows and see that it is gutted, it's framework. I don't know what else I would present at this time unless y'all present something that we want to discuss.
Well, Eamon will make his presentation and I'll have time to ask you questions or any other comments.
Okay.
Okay, so this is 55190. It is 10 Seashell Shores Drive, it's out by Contiki.
Okay.
There's a little tiny neighborhood adjacent to Contiki.
Yeah.
Are you looking at Acad evidence?
Yes.
I can click on that, and look at.
Sure, yeah, you can. Go through. Last year it was certified at 552,170. It was incomplete. This year we have it being 100% complete. The property is a 6 FD plus. The effective age of 2020, we built in 2020. There's a couple of things on here that are a little old. What is that? It's for some reason the porches are 2019. That make very little difference. So the value, where the value comes from, because this is just a 6 FB plus in Seashell Shores. There's more than one. The first one, first comp is 13 Seashell Shores. This was a purchase in February. It's a 6 FB plus. It is bigger than the subject. The subject is 3,300 square feet. This thing's 4,600 square feet. But it was built in 1999. It's an effective age of 2014. And they bought it for 1.14 million. When adjusted to be like the subject, it's 1.1. Essentially, it balances out the fact that it's bigger with the fact that it's older. They're very comparable. So that's just where the value of these homes comes from. And in principle, I understand what the property owner is saying about saving money, but that is what saving money is. It doesn't reduce the value of the thing that you're saving money on. But a 50% off coupon for a lamp, I'm not getting half of the lamp. And my lamp is not worth less because I saved money buying it. But it's great to save money. But when you're ending up with, our field appraisers did not look at this house and see anything substandard about it. So that's kind of where it's at. It doesn't look like it was built using used or broken materials or anything like that. And the workmanship doesn't look bad. So this is pretty run of the mill home description for the area. So if you look at the equity grid, there are several homes in there. There are 5 pluses or 6s, and they have similar values. Again, it's not exactly the same. This is one of the newest ones in there. The equity value is 979,211, which is a very minor, but it is indicating less. I understand that's a pretty small potato compared to the notice value. And if there's still work to be done, there's still work to be done. It means it doesn't have appliances, it doesn't need finished work, it needs painting. That's not 100%. Because if someone went to buy it and it wasn't painted, it needed painted and stuff, it wouldn't sell for. Whereas it wouldn't sell like this other one, which is painted. So
And complete.
yeah.
It's complete other than your appliances.
Some finished work.
Yeah, it says in the notes. Finished work. Finished work and painting to be completed. We don't have appliances yet. No dishwashing, no microwave.
Some patio add-ons.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Some patio add-ons. Finished works and appliances on patio, grill and stuff. As we know, all that stuff's back order. What can you get? In a timely manner.
Evan, you have 3 minutes, and anything else you want to add? All right, Brian, you have 4 minutes for any questions or comments you might have.
I have basically presented it. I understand what you're saying about I don't have 50% of the house. I don't have a broken house. You know, we've got nowhere near that in it. My wife wishes we could afford a $720,000 house. I'm glad we didn't build one.
Are you living?
Yes. We are. Guess that's it.
Evan?
No, that's it.
Either of you have any additional comments?
No, I say that's it, but you know, is it taken into consideration, even though it's not a comp that you have listed the property right next to it to the north? Adjoining me is the one that is decrepit, never been repaired since Harvey, and I'm told by a builder it's probably a tear down.
Well, no, it's not taken into consideration when we do your appraisal. That kind of stuff isn't, because they're not breaking the law. They're not doing anything that they're not allowed to do in their house. But if it's, that doesn't mean that it's not happening. So like if somebody's across the street, you know, they buy a house in the county, and then somebody 6 months later buys a lot across the street and turns it into a junkyard. Well, that sucks. That's not great. But the person across the street isn't doing anything illegal, right? Like, it's fine to do that. When you bought it, you took the risk of having someone do that. It does depress the value of your property. It's worse than it was before. The question is, how many dollars? We don't know. So when we're doing appraisal, that kind of stuff, we just steer clear of. It's just a little too hypothetical, but that is interesting to know. Which one is it? You said it's the one in the north?
North, it's got a red line around it to the north, so above,
That one up there?
yes.
Yeah, more towards the cul-de-sac.
Yeah, my only reason for bringing that up is, you know, if I were to sell, I would think that somebody coming to look might say, what a piece of junk next door. Do we really want to live next to that? You can't see it from the top view, but
Oh, right.
there is construction debris. There are bare exterior walls that don't have stucco, don't have paint. There are,
Oh, yeah, you can actually see that on our evidence. Yeah. This. Why would you up there?
yep, they're replacing windows, and I don't know why, but not even sealing around the windows. I'm told there's water intake in the last rain.
Why are they having?
Just junk everywhere. And somebody's living in it. I'm told it has mold.
Okay.
That's it. Small house. Yeah. I'm told that that's the name for that property of the town started. As you can imagine, no.
They probably haven't done that because you tear it down and you have to wait for somebody to get you on roof. And it's the same problem you're having with the microwave. It's like
Yeah.
probably a problem.
They didn't have an air conditioning unit in there till 6-8 months ago, so we can only guess what the inside's like.
You're through? That's it. Who's have anything else on that?
Yes.
All right, then the ARV has 5 minutes to discuss.
Can we look at last year's property card? Can we see that?
Same house shown twice.
It's got twice.
Mhm.
What was it for?
Well, I just wanted to know, here, just, yeah, 50%
Oh, yeah.
complete, and the neighborhood adjustment then was just 100%.
Right.
Okay, so
You say you had not built your porches yet, so
No, I don't know where that 2019 came from.
Oh, I think you referred to, there's still some decking that we finish out to do.
Patio, some finished work inside,
inside,
yes,
not the decks out.
no,
Okay.
some patio.
So would you, what's your estimate of what's left to do in terms of percentage? You said 50% last year was probably high, but,
Well, I thought the valuation was high at 50%. You know, of course, that was a guess. Is it 40% complete? Is it 60%?
you know.
And what is the valuation at the time? Nobody
Because
knew.
nobody, people don't generally buy construction.
But I felt like, if you're calling it 50%, I felt like 265 was high. Because obviously I knew that we had these great contacts and we able to purchase these things at good prices.
What percent you still think is left to be done?
5%. Very low.
Well, the equity value is 972, 979, 211. We have to lower that and is want to take 5% on. Good.
That's the best I can come up with. Now, the other thing that we'll explain, and the whole neighborhood received a 35% increase from last year. So in addition to your completion going from 50% to 95% or something like that, that in combination with the neighborhood adjustment, additional 35% is the majority of what constitutes the increases that you're seeing.
Why doesn't he have a homestead exemption?
That's a good question.
Property card is
Been showing.
didn't show what.
On the property card either, there's not a cap on.
Oh, there's no cap when it's completeness. It's until it's complete. Yeah, it's gotta be 100%. You can't really homestead. Yeah.
But it indicates he has a homestead.
Right, because it's 100%. So you go out.
So he needs to apply for one.
No, you already have.
95%. So you should apply for it.
9:30.
I think that's kind of a gray area. Yeah, but, you know, last year it wasn't habitable. So it's like the whole thing.
So the equity is 979, 211. You said it's 5%, so take that off, it's 930, 250.
That's what I think.
930, 250.
You okay with that?
Page 6.
It's the one below. That's why.
Here's my hammer.
Well, maybe we need a break. It's-
Case ID 2022-1305. Zero. Address the incorrect market value and equity level. Having heard information brought by the property owner, we indicated the house is 95% complete. And the equity value by the district's numbers is 979 to 11. So we'll only take 5% off of that value, 95% completion, which would bring the value down to 930,250.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, you understand the new value?
I'll have a calculator. What is that valuation then on improvements? 6 what?
No, we did it against the total.
Well, I can, hold on. I can-
We can back out
Yeah.
another 287.5.
Hold on just a second. $642,750.
It's 42,750 for the improvements.
Never dreamt I'd have a whole lot less money in that than paying taxes on 50% more. That's a shame.
Well, that plus the neighborhood adjustment.
Yeah, and if you're planning on living somewhere indefinitely, living there forever, it's kind of an unfortunate reality, but it's the only consolation there is that you're gaining more in equity in the home than you'll ever get in taxes. I mean, if your house doubles in value, tax liability goes up, but the amount of wealth you gain by your home is appreciating way out. Like I said, though, you're not planning on ever selling the house, you're gonna live there forever. It's just kind of it just kind of sucks. Until you turn 65, then you get to get out of it. It freezes at 65 to that stop, but
Well, we have an age.
Yeah,
Over 65 exemption,
You do?
yes.
When did you turn?
My wife is 65.
well, so. Yeah, so that needs to be. Asked, maybe it's not being, I don't know why it's not been saying, maybe you don't know that she's 65 and that needs to be addressed.
You
But,
do,
yeah.
you do. Barbara says she has it, it's just in a stack of stuff. It's
Oh,
taken
okay,
care of.
okay. So
Oh,
it just needs to be done after certification. So that's all that. So that'll increase, property. It's not too much what the exemption is, but, you know, this is the worst of it. Further years, further appreciation. What's that?
Right.
Yeah, you get a little now. Right.
Okay, so explain that to me. I should know, but I don't.
Sure.
The over 65 then freezes.
It
What?
raises your bill, so your property value can increase, and the tax rate can change. But what your bill is won't change until you do something to make your property bigger or better, you know, if you build a garage or something. So what it's intended to do is to make it so that the planning for your taxes is the same. Yeah, well, look at 2 years. It takes 2 years, but it's not gonna be less next year. Like, the hypothetical bill won't be less next year. That's not gonna happen.
That's what I thought. Okay, thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a nice piece of property.
Thank you. We've owned it a long time. It's time to be enjoying.
Yeah.
Wait, real quick, she turned 65 this year?
No.
Were y'all 65 somewhere else?
Yes.
Like in another place?
Travis County.
Okay, was your property value lower there?
Yes.
Okay, so it's gonna go up some, but there should be some amount of free ceiling carryover.
Like a tax.
Just like a,
Did you get a tax ceiling certificate?
From Travis
from
County.
Travis County.
You may
You
have it.
want to check on that.
The tax ceiling.
Well,
Certificate.
where the farmer. Be able to do it without it, so it'll get counted. You don't have to worry about what the calculation is. It's complicated and annoying.
And that house is sold, so it makes no difference.
No, but the thing is, all the years that you spend building up that ceiling on a property, it transfers to the next house. So, you know, that helps.
You should bring the tax ceiling certificate so that we have those numbers to go off of.
Yeah.
It may-
I think they did.
It's not clear. I mean, they may not know.
Right.
They had a free ceiling in Travis County.
Yeah, well, it's on the form. It'll ask.
Okay.
I know, it's on the application. It'll ask.
Okay.
So if you want to check with Barbara just to make sure all of that is taken care of.
She said it's in stack of paper to be dealt with.
Okay.
I can check again.
Okay, thank you. We got another in person. It's number 1437.
Looks like.
Yeah.
Sure look like it, don't
We do.
What you said.
It's called an in-person for the hearing stop.
A first.
it? Another, I heard another.
Oh, my God. Page 7, top of the page. Page 7, top of the page.
What the heck?
66089.
Hi there. Jason and then Kathleen.
Yes, sir.
Is it Kathleen or Kathleen? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I have some administrative stuff to run through before we get started with the details of your hearing. So we are commencing a hearing on case ID 2022-1437, account number 66089 416 Forest Oak Lane in Rockport out in Holiday Beach. This hearing is being recorded and streamed live on YouTube. So let's verify exactly what we're protest. Okay, great. All right, we are the appraisal review board that will be hearing your protest. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review
Oh,
of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey, which Val or Beth is going to hand you here shortly. You can complete a survey regarding your experience.
All of them?
The survey may be completed using that form or a copy of the form that's also included in the determination package that will be mailed to you after this hearing, or you can take it online. And all the information about how to return it and so on is at the top of the form. The survey is completely voluntary, however, we always include, or we always like to hear any feedback that you might want. You also have the right to appeal our decision, and appeal information is included in that determination package that will be mailed to you to document our determination. So in accordance with tax code section 41.45H, all written material and evidence that has not been provided must be provided at this time. I assume we have all of your evidence has been scanned in or provided.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, excellent. The ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Scott Wagner, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with an individual in violation of tax code 41.66.
I, Joanne Ferguson, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code 41.66.
Ron Can do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
I, Peggy Berg, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath, so you'll be asked to swear in at this point. Beth will help you do that.
You're gonna read the statement that starts with I do and then state your name afterwards.
I do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony I shall present to the appraisal review board for the Francis County Appraisal is correct. Jason Davis.
I do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the appraisal review board for the Francis County Appraisal District is true and correct. Captain Davis.
I am in Burton solemnly swear or affirm the testimony I shall present to the appraisal review board for the Francis County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Thank you. Okay, I need to ask if either of you hold a license or certificate from the Texas Appraiser Licensing Certification Board.
No.
Okay, fine. Here is a chart that has the hearing procedure time, which shows how we're going to be running the hearing today. It's in two columns. The first one is if you present first, the second one is if the district presents first. You both have equal amounts of time either way. You get to choose which one you would like to have happen. Either you present first or the district. And just for your information, we're the five of us around the table are the appraisal review board. Henry Burke at the end is the district representative, and Jackie is our wizard behind the screen here.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, this is account 66089, single family residential property in Holiday Beach on Forest Oak. It sold in 2019, purchased for $266. And last year it was noted certified at $289.10, $289,000. This year it was noticed at $313,980. The subject is a 5 FB, it's a 5-class home. The effective age was not changed this year. Last year, the neighborhood adjustment was 150%. This year, it's 175. Land value changed. So that's what the value change was. Both of those changes. The thing that drove that was sales. So here are sales in the west side of Holiday Beach, but not on the water. So it's Holiday Beach Drive. We have other 5 FBs, very comparable homes as far as construction style, age, size, that kind of thing. There's some differences in how many lots they have and that sort of thing. The adjusted value, the median value when adjusted to be like the subject is $322,999. So we would expect the subject to sell if it sold like the rest of these things, on average about $322,000 this year. So that's where the adjustments came from. It's just sales of these other kind of properties. I think comp number 3 looks like a really good comp. It's 2005, the subject is 2007, 1,300 square feet, the subject was 1,240. They're both similar effective age, very similar property, and it was bought for $355. So that's, and we're not at that, but that's because we go with the median. You know, we're just measuring the whole neighborhood. That's where the changes came from. The equity grid is got some of the actual, interesting, some of the sales are in the equity grid. A lot of them are in there. It's pretty cool. It gives a median equity value of $302,524, so basically $302,000, which is below the market notice value. That is it. We are at 100%. Holiday Beach.
Whichever one of you wants to talk about. You have 7 minutes as well.
Okay. I would just say to that being in Holiday Beach, it's primarily a lot of vacation homeowners that live in there. They're not homesteaders as we are. We live, work here in this area. It's not like a second home to us. And it is our primary home. And we've seen it dramatically change as everybody has in the area here. But it's not that we're doing anything different. This is just where we live. And you know, that's what I would speak to as far as the dramatic increase, the property taxes and everything else going on. The one thing I would say as well is, as when I was doing some insurance quotes on the home to try and figure out what it would appraise for as far as compared to the comps. And I've got 3 different, and they're in here, 3 different appraisals as far as one from Allstate, one from RBO's Centennial, an insurance company in Fairbury, and then Allstate's here, local Rockport, and then another one through Progressive. And the dwelling itself, now I'm not discounting, it's not talking about the land in here, but it's all part of it. But just the dwelling itself, you've got one that listed at 202, you've got another one at 198. And you also have the third one at 226. That was the one that came in the highest. At 226 through Incherberry. And then, of course, we just refinanced the home last year. For 269. That was just last year. Yeah, March. So those are the things that I would just bring to the forefront as far as when we're, thinking
We
about.
actually had to have it appraised twice because we were refinancing and then the freeze happened and so.
Yeah, yeah, you remember that.
Fortunate one, so we had to have it appraised twice. Within a couple of months because of the freeze.
So the 269, that was what you refinanced, that was the value they placed
Yes,
the
ma'am.
property at that time,
Yes, ma'am.
that was last year.
That was just March of last year.
That's what you refinanced, or that's what it was appraised?
That's
That's what we
it
refinanced.
was.
I mean,
Do you have a copy of the price?
Because of closing documents,
the other are all. That's what.
closing documents, we can introduce them.
No, unfortunately, it's, and that's why I asked at the beginning. Yeah, you can tell us.
What they're wanting to know is, I mean, I could collateralize a loan for $40,000 and be sure your house is.
Yeah.
But is the appraisal 269?
That's, yeah,
The appraisal was 275.
275.
Yes.
So you put 10,000 down or whatever.
Yes.
And that's for the refi?
Yes.
No, yeah, one time.
All we got.
Sorry.
Damon.
Yeah, just. I don't really have evidence, but I just wanted to kind of validate what y'all are saying. I mean, you bought your house, you live there. All of this pressure on value, it's not short supply. It's not even that. It's because people are having second homes, they're telecommuting, it's a cheap vacation compared to other places, and they're renting a lot. It's creating pressure on home values.
People that actually live here.
Yeah. So.
Well, why is the homestead exemption?
Well,
It is, it's just.
yeah, it didn't hit the cap.
Oh, it isn't that.
But I mean, the fact that you bought it, financing it, in a little tiny world that is their own finances, this house is behaving fairly rationally. But everything around them is like, the problem is people are getting loans for 350 on them. And it's like, how is that? Why does that keep happening? And it's not.
And but one of it was a good reference to our property. We walked in that house and the floor is unlevel. Our house is level and
Yeah, right.
like sturdy. When we were looking, we looked at that house and our house and our children were like, we can't live through this house like goes like this.
Yeah.
And that was sold for 355, I think you said.
And it's like, we're appraisal district ends up being in kind of a pickle because we have to put things at what they're selling for. Sure. But, there's. Yeah, it's kind of unreasonable. I pity places like Travis County where it's a little psychotic.
Yeah.
But we all live in this county, so we understand.
Okay, both, anything else you want to add? All right, let me, trailer review ordinance 5 minutes. Discuss.
Well, I kicked it down to 275.
What?
I said the 275 is just,
It's 279.
or 279, it's last year was even more, but
Equity level is
Yeah.
302. The difference between 279 and 302 is 23,000. You could maybe split the difference on that,
yes.
which would be, what, 11,000, 11,000.
When would the refinance thing done?
March
21.
21.
Yeah, no, I go for splitting the difference.
290.
So it would be,
291,
what is it?
291, 291, yeah,
Had some change with it, but 291.
291 is good.
All of that?
Yeah.
Okay, on case ID 2022-1789, 4933, I'll read it one more statement. Case 2022-1437, account 66089. Addressing increased market value and exceeding minimum appraisal, based on information presented by the property owner and by the district. Treasury Review Board is going to reduce the value note on this property from $313,980 to $291,000.
I'll second.
All in favor? Anybody opposed?
Thank you.
Okay, you have a beautiful.
Thank you.
Been by me.
I live on this. I know, my value would have also.
You probably think your children working out there.
I have, yes. I drive the LG golf cart.
Okay.
Don't hold that against me.
No.
I bought something from your son. When your son selling something?
They've done lemonade. they've
Yeah, it's a
done-
lemonade. Yeah.
Your word. Need your word. No.
Pottery.
Yeah, that's, we bought, I remember the lemonade, there was, your son was very, very fond.
Oh, thank you. He was talking about doing it again with what's his name.
That'd be good, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Yeah. I never got it.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Right. Get a break. Thanks. When I'm at work, I do art meetings all day.
Oh, you get it.
Thank you.
All righty, bye-bye. Hard work.
Did
What do
you?
we have now?
Phone?
I love it.
It's on you, Raymond. Case number is 1141, account number 31852.
Page 5. The bottom of the page. Ron's doing pretty good too.
She's very competitive, so she's always gonna.
I am.
She's like scanning before you even get, we already listening to this.
Oh, I love it. And ten.
What's the number on this?
14111.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna stop. We don't even call me an overachiever.
Well, that's fun.
Oh, now look at, now you're breaking up. I'll show you what I can achieve. I'll show you what I can achieve. You're biting. Keep talking bad.
We all get on it. It's early.
Great.
Yes. You're talking about me.
I was gonna say.
Hey, do we need another jug back there or something?
Yeah.
Appraisal review board, going to your protest hearing?
Yeah, I do. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Come on.
I'm gonna-
Kathy, I have some administrative stuff to run through before we get started on the details of your case.
Okay.
We are commencing a hearing on case ID 2022-1141. Account number 31H52. Which is 2003 North Fulton Beach Road, apartment 31. Says Rockport. Okay,
Is that-
Rockport.
Right.
This hearing is being recorded and streamed live on YouTube. Let's verify exactly what's on the protest.
Martha, and I think you wanted to.
Okay. So we are the appraisal review board that will be hearing your protest today. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. Survey may be completed using the survey form, which is included in the determination package you will receive in the mail after the hearing. You can also take an online survey. All the information about completing and returning the survey are included on that form. The survey is entirely voluntary. However, we always appreciate any feedback you may offer. You also have the right to appeal our decision. And appeal information is included in the package that will be mailed to you to document our determination. In accordance with tax code section 41.45H, all written material and evidence that has not been provided must be provided at this time. Do we have all the evidence that you intend to address in this hearing?
Yes.
Okay, because the only thing I have is, do you have anything more than just the affidavit?
No, I don't. We don't live at the property, so
And
I
that's,
was not able to get anything.
and that's fine. I just need to make sure that you understand that you can't introduce any additional evidence after the hearing starts.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, so the ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Scott Wagner, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with a person in violation of tax code 41.66F.
I, Joanne Ferguson, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code 41.66F.
I, Ron Acad, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
I, Peggy Bird, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
Okay, all testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath. I'm assuming, Kathy, that since we do have a signed and notarized affidavit from you, that you realize that you are considered to be under oath for this hearing.
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I, Andy Burke, do solemnly swear affirm the testimony shall present to the appraisal review board, the Ramsey County Appraisal District.
okay, Kathy, I need to ask, do you hold a license or certificate from the Texas Appraiser Licensing and Certification Board?
No, I do not.
Okay, that's fine. In the package that you received from the appraisal district, there was a sheet that was labeled hearing procedure times. Do you have that handy?
Yes, I do.
Okay, if you have that sheet, it's broken into two columns. One is if you go first in presentation, the other is if the district goes first. You both have equal amounts of time. You get to choose which you would like to, how you'd like to proceed.
I could go first. It doesn't matter.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, Kathy, you have 5 minutes for your presentation and then we get some additional minutes as we go along.
Oh, okay, so starting now?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So thank you all for taking your time out of your schedule to help me with this today. I was not aware, in the little town I come from, it's not done this way at all. You sit down with one appraiser, but anyway, we've owned this property for many, many years, and this is the first time there has been the large increase like this. And I understand with the markets and everything, how it's kind of a little cuckoo. But we had damages from Hurricane Harvey that we still are waiting for settlement money and things like that to make repairs. And so I just want to argue a point that the new appraised amount was high. And that's all that I have.
What percent complete is your property?
What percent is it at?
What percent complete is it? Or incomplete, either one?
Well, I'd probably say our property is about 75% complete. It's definitely, it's 80 units condominium complex. And so they are going in waves. And actually they have not come to ours yet. And they said it should be in 2023.
Oh, is it livable?
Yes, it is livable. Yes, it is.
So what's left to be done?
Our windows need to be replaced, flooring needs to be replaced. And there needs to be work done on our walls.
Okay, anything else you want to add? You still have 3 minutes.
On the exterior, there needs to be lots of siding replaced and some decking as well. But that's it. I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. The district has 7 minutes now to make their presentation.
Give him a second.
No problem.
Is your whole building waiting to be done?
Yes.
All right. So the subject is 31852 in Racket Club condo. Last year certified at 125,000 basically. This year it was noticed at 142,290. The change is there's a neighborhood adjustment. Racket Club improvements value went up. The comps that we used are, the first one is, I don't know, these don't have unit numbers. In a way
They
that we can
don't.
reference them.
Hold on, let me-
So everything is set to a 2003 North
Hold on.
code. But if you look at the property ID numbers, the
The
closer they
first
are,
one-
the closer they're gonna be.
The first one is number 15.
Yeah. And the, we do have this as being 100% complete. But it looks like the one right next to it sold.
No, there hasn't been one sold right next to us.
Jackie, which one is 31851?
Number 50.
What's the subject?
The subject is
31, okay.
31.
Okay, cool, all right. Good. Okay. That scared me.
Sorry, I lost them.
Okay, so, good. So I'm gonna just assume if this one was done, because it's sold for one.
Oh no, 31851 is 30. 31871 is 50.
31851.
Is number 30.
30.
Correct, so it is right next door.
All right.
What year is that showing?
July 21.
July of last year. Got a different building. No, it's the neighbor.
It's right next door.
It's literally touching a wall.
She just said that none sold. Did you say none sold next to you?
We have the same neighbors, yes. I don't know if they just refinanced or something like that.
Let me look. Hold on. No, it's a totally different owner.
In different ownership. So this is the unit 30.
Is that a 3-bedroom? Try 3-bedroom and ours is 2-bedroom?
I don't know.
Possibly. Does that mean anything to you? Is it,
This is 1,100 square
it's the same
feet.
size?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same time.
Yeah, I spoke with the condominium, this is interesting, I spoke with the condominium, manager, and he did not state, and we have visited with the neighbors, that's very interesting.
Slaughter is the last name.
I mean, we've been owner for over 20 years.
Right. That's weird. Anyways, I'll just keep going. So the median value is, for these, based on sales, is 164 change. The median equity value, however, is 142,290. There's a lot of continuity in here. We just did a lot of them that are the same size. The subject is 1973, effective age 1973. Because it's awaiting the repairs to be done, the effective age doesn't increase. The condition is the same. When they're done, they should all get a pretty uniform effective age bond. Okay, so but the property, so you said you think that it's 75% complete, it's livable, it needs walls, you mean sheetrock, right, like interior walls?
Yes.
Yeah, that it was, one of the years after the hurricane, we put in each 75 on it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. Jackie could probably calculate it.
I can, hold on 1 second. I'm just noting an account, sorry. 31852.
We're doing some figures here, Kathy, just hold on.
It's 116,
Thank
570. 116, 570. It's 160. Just less than last year.
Yeah, I was gonna look at
Well, it was
last.
100% last
Still.
year. Okay. So the neighborhood adjustment 25%. So.
So that explains why it increased.
Right.
You evidently didn't protest last year, did you?
Mm-mm.
Abby?
Hello?
Oh, yes, no, I'm sorry. Yes, we had, this is our first time ever protesting.
Okay, that's fine. We're just trying to account for the change or lack of. Okay,
You have anything else you want to add, Kathy?
I know.
All right, fair review board is going to take 5 minutes, or if necessary, to talk about your property and make a decision, so just hold on.
All right, very good, thank you.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
And you're gonna think about on your property, you are gonna reduce the value, so hold on a second. Account case ID 2022 /1141, account 31852. After listening to information from the property owner indicating that its unit is 75% complete. The ARD is going to reduce the value, something known about the property from 142,290 to 116,000 even.
all in favor? Anybody opposed? Okay, you understand the new value there, Kathy? Okay, I think we're all done.
Who seconded that?
I did.
Oh, yeah, but hired these people who were so far out of line with the job. The first contractor hired all these 18 to 19-year-old girls in short shorts to go through and inspect everything. Oh, no. They just went from apartment to apartment, had the keys to everything. Because I had friends that were living.
Yeah.
I had a friend who found that viral.
Some of them what?
Some of them get kind of used to the fires. Is that condo complex responsible for the interior repairs or is the owner?
My understanding was they were supposed to put back as they were, a lot of them. Contractors wouldn't want,
No.
so a lot of them just said, you know what?
And they just kept on levying more money on
Especially
them.
if they gave them in their.
And now I think they went to 3 or 4. No, yeah, but the contract.
Might have a signing card. You all know how to forge your.
We can do real good.
Need a stamp?
Are we done?
We're just gonna.
Wait a minute, sign.
We're not signing.
We're not signing.
He's just.
No, I'm not signing.
He's just. We do.
We do. And we will tell you that we, well, like you, we enjoyed yesterday too.
Yes.
It was good.
No, Thursday. It's all up.
Yeah,
It'll be good.
you do great.
Good bunch of no shows. Good bunch of no shows. Yeah,
I'm saying,
that's what I hope for.
I need to,
Say an extra.
I need to get a
It's
return.
hot.
We need to get a return.
When you're in here, it doesn't seem like, it. When you leave here and come back, it's like furnace.
Yes.
We need to get a returning, and taking it out.
Yeah.
It's too sealed up, it's just blowing cold air and it's not.
In the meantime, remove a ceiling top here and one in the next, and the return on. its own.
Yeah.
That would work, but the next room is the server room, so we can't do that. Server rooms. Gotta be.
How about
Oh.
to,
Dusts.
What about that one right there?
It's not hard to put.
No.
All you have to do is just put a little tube to the AC unit right there. It's just
Mm.
stuck. The return air for the whole building is
Oh, true.
those doors in front of the AC unit. That's the only return air. for the whole building.
I'm gonna,
We have one more?
I don't, can't find that, but
They're
I'm
not.
gonna take a executive.
That's because she already.